And good evening again, everyone. How are you all doing?
Good.
And don't just smile. Unmute yourself and say good evening, something.
Good evening.
Good
Very
evening.
good.
Now it's better. And please come on camera. Even the speakers and the evaluators own. You can keep your camera off only if you're traveling back to your home from your office. Else, please come on camera. Possible? Toastmaster Shilpa and Toastmaster Preeti. It would be great if you come on camera. Okay, so meanwhile, they are coming on camera. I'll just highlight few important key points that you already know, but I'll highlight them again. So Toastmaster International allows us to present our views on all kinds of topics, but at the Gabbys, we request all the speakers and role takers to be mindful and abstain from expressing any controversial views on topics of sex, religion, and politics, that is SR1P. We urge you to be cognizant of the fact that we as a club practice diversity and inclusion in letter and in spirit, hence ensure there are no sexist, racist, or any such undertones which create hostility and discomfort for members and guests. Today's Toastmaster of the day is Toastmaster Sudharma Perera. So allow me to call her upon stage. Before that, I would like to introduce her. Toastmaster Sudharma is a chartered accountant. She is interested in learning new things, getting to know new people, and traveling to new places. Over to you, Toastmaster Sudharma Perera.
Thank you so much for that welcome, Toastmaster Chaitanya. Toastmasters and guests. That was Toastmaster Chaitanya, our sergeant at arms for today's speech marathon. Can we have a big round of applause for him? A very good evening to all of you. It's my pleasure to presiding over Gabby's speech marathon. I would like to welcome and acknowledge the presence of all the guests to our meeting. Dear guests and visiting Toastmasters, we appreciate you joining us. Due to limitation of time, we won't have opportunity to know each of you introduce yourself, but we would love to know you. I would urge you to use the chat function to share a brief introduction of yourself. We will ask you to share your feedback at the end of the meeting. Also, please join our Gabby's guest group by scanning QR code at our Zoom background. For the benefit of guests, I would want to reiterate that Toastmasters is a home to people who wish to face their fear of public speaking. Not only that, if you love to connect and network with others, if you want to hone your leadership skills, Toastmaster is the place for you. It's a safe place to learn, unlearn, and relearn. We are proud to carry forward this 100 years legacy, which is spanned over 100 plus countries. For the benefit of guests, I would like to explain the structure of the speech marathon. For regular Toastmasters meeting, there are 3 sections: prepared speech sections, table topic sections, and evaluation sections. But today, we are conducting our speech marathon. For that, we have only 2 sections: prepared speech sections and evaluation sections. To help me in today's speech marathon, I have a special person, that is our timer. Today, our timer is Toastmaster Dev Parashar. Toastmaster Dev Parashar is currently pursuing his BCA. He loves swimming and listening to songs, and also he likes to interact with new people as he can. So, Toastmaster Dev Parashar, please introduce the role.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. As the timer of today, I will be helping the speakers and evaluators with the timing. And I will show the green card at 5 minutes to the speaker, the yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. There is 30 seconds of grace period. And for the evaluator, I will show green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. I will be back with my report when called upon by the Toastmaster. Thank you, and over to you, our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dev. Now let's move on to our prepared speech section. Today, our first speaker is Toastmaster Monica Ashwini. She is an MBA and management consultant and she is a bibliophilia, gardening enthusiast, fitness freak, and a baker. Today, she is attending the Visionary Communication Path Level 1 Project 2. The project name is Writing a Speech with Purpose. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note that the time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The evaluator will be Toastmaster Vijetha Chanda. Toastmaster Vijetha, are you there?
I'm there.
Okay. Toastmaster Monica Ashwini. Breathe. Breathe. Toastmaster Monica Ashwini.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudharma. I hope you can hear me well.
Yes, we can hear you.
Let me ask all of you a very generic question. What is the biggest competition in your life? Who do you think is the best or the most important competition in your life? It can be tangible, it can be non-tangible. Can I see a raise of hands, please? Anyone who would want to go? May I ask TM Shaifali to give it a try?
Sure, if you could just repeat the question, I was just logging in.
Who is the biggest competition in your life? Who do you think is the most important competitor in your life?
I believe no one, really. I mean, I don't like to define or be defined by competition.
That's a wonderful thought and that resonates with my thought as well. Even I feel that the biggest competition in my life is myself, is my own very self. So a very powerful quote suggests that look in the mirror, that's your competition. When you look in the mirror, that is the most severe form of competition that you see. I hope that this powerful quote resonates with everyone over here. And this quote can be extended across one's career path, fitness expedition, some kind of mental stability that we are trying to accomplish in our lives, some kind of emotional balance that we are seeking, and so on and so forth. Today, my speech charters a correlation between fitness and emotional stability that I'm still trying to figure out in my life. In today's world, the vantage of our tribe suggests that fitness is related to only weight loss. The sooner we realize that it's a mere fallacy, the better it is for us. I'm sure most of us have heard about Rujita Divekar, the famous fitness nutritionist. She says, don't lose out, work out. And she says that essentially body weight is a useless thing to lose. What we instead need to scout for is body and mind balance, mental peace, calm, and composure. Weight loss is a complementary thing that will be accomplished eventually. But I feel our generation is burning the candle on both the ends and is bored of the monotony in our fast-paced lives. We face extreme stress in a motley of situations around us. So where is this taking us ahead? How to handle such circumstances? How do we discover peace, calmness, and composure? How do we keep our mind steady? Even I was gathering these thoughts, I was having these thoughts 10 years back. And let me walk you through my journey of seeking mindful satiation. Why do I address it as mindful satiation? Why don't I call it just a simple fitness journey or some fitness transformation or body transformation? No. Because what I want to achieve is not mere weight loss or some kind of aesthetically appealing body. That is not what I want to achieve. I am looking for a strong conviction to establish a physical and mental steadiness in my ongoing developing self. So 10 years back, I was in my hometown post-graduation. I was visiting my hometown after 2 years, and I came across a health wellness center in my society. And there used to be yoga classes going on early in the morning, that was 6 to 7 a.m. And I always used to pass through that health and wellness center. And I always used to think that, maybe someday I'll give it a try. Even I should, get into yoga. I should just give it a try, see how it is, feel how it is. And then maybe I should think whether I should pursue it lifelong or not. I was in a drab state of health. By drab state of health, I do not mean that I was suffering from any kind of diseases or ailments. What I wanted to achieve was some kind of mental stability. That is what I was seeking. So I came across these Hatha yoga classes. And finally, one day I gathered the courage to attend these classes right in the morning, 6 in the morning. And when I entered the class, I can't even begin to explain you how flabbergasted I was. There were people across all age groups. And I would say that there were people with such a mindset that was so much, that created an awe of freedom. They weren't ashamed of any kind of feeling that they were feeling over there. And they were just being themselves. That is the best thing that I saw over there. And we did a lot of postures, we did a lot of breathing exercises, meditation, some conscious breathing and whatnot. It was a 1-hour class filled with mindfulness. And then in the end, we did our favorite pose, Shavasana. So I would want to say that yoga and its power is inexplicable. What I felt that day is beyond explanation. When I went into the class, I thought to myself that, it's just going to be like 1-hour gym activity, 1-hour fitness activity, like 1 hour of running or something. But what I experienced over there is beyond explanation, as I said. Meditation in itself is a mind-boggling activity, I would say. And yoga and meditation is something that I have been practicing till now. I try and meditate for at least 45 minutes a day, including my asanas. And that is something that has brought in a very big change in my life from a very positive perspective. So I'm sure all of you would have devoted yourself in some kind of fitness activity. It can be swimming, it can be gym, it can be any other form of workout. So you know what? Any piece of learning is not fully accomplished unless you pass it on to someone. And this thought occurred to me very late in my life, like after I crossed my 25. It occurred to me, unless and until you inspire people, unless and until you impart your knowledge to people, the best use of knowledge is not yet done. So I have a 10-month-old daughter, and I aspire to pass on this trait to her someday. I imagine that someday both of us will be practicing yoga together. And that is the legacy that I would want to leave behind. Being a returning mother, it was very difficult for me to even devote half an hour to my fitness goals, to my meditation goals. But somehow I took out this 45 minutes of time to devote to myself. People used to call me that, you should take some rest. You're having sleepless nights. Your baby needs you. But still, even now, I take out 45 minutes for myself just to keep my calm and composure intact. So, as they say, step up and move. Follow any kind of fitness or, mind transformation activity that you are inclined towards. For me, it was yoga. It has been a life-changing experience for me. And personally, I would say that I have accomplished a lot. I have become more calm. I have gathered composure in my life. And I would end this by quoting a very small statement that I heard somewhere. Yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, and to the self. Sounds like democracy, right? No, it's not. Yoga is the journey of self, to the self, and through the self. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Sudharma.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. Shall we have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Monica? Yes, I am agree with you because I am a student of Hatha Yoga still in the beginning. Next month, this month onward, I am an intermediate student. Then I am discovering that message.
Toastmaster Sudharma,
You're in mute.
Okay. Now let's move to our second speaker. Our second speaker is Toastmaster Smruti S. Mohanty. Toastmaster Smruti is an MBA graduate and certified soft skill trainer. She has 8 years of experience in B2B corporate sales. Today, she is attempting her Persive Influence Path Level 1 Project 4 Part 2 Evaluation and Feedback. The purpose of this speech is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting, and as well as for the member to demonstrate their ability to deliver an effective, respectful speech evaluation. Timer, please note that time is 5 to 7 minutes. The evaluator will be Toastmaster Gihan Wickramasinghe. Toastmaster Gihan, are you there?
Yes, I am here, Toastmaster.
Okay. Toastmaster Smruti Mohanty. The purple cow. The purple cow. Toastmaster Smruti Mohanty.
I never saw a purple cow. I never hope to see one. But I can tell you anyhow, I would rather see than be one. A less familiar and unimportant lines written by Gillette Burgess, an American artist. But you know what was the most important thing about these lines? From these lines, I came across the term purple cow for the very first time. Has anyone ever seen a purple cow? I don't think so. At least a cow with purple patches eating, sleeping, and relaxing in the barn. Isn't it so fascinating to imagine? I hope you all second the thought. Now, if anyone is interested to see a purple cow, then wait for next 5 to 7 minutes. You might get the location details post my speech delivery. A time before COVID, I was doped with the term purple cow and ambitiously ventured out to find one. I searched every cattle, grassland, and all possible habitat in my neighborhood. But I didn't find anyone. It developed an emptiness in my life, and I started idealizing this imaginary figure of a purple cow. I formed a picture of a cow with purple spots who is one of her kind with some swag in it. A cow who is exclusive and just like a sore thumb. I started admiring and personifying the attitude of a purple cow within and desperately wanted to be one. I was in a situational obedient kid, hence decided to follow what my parents and society has always taught us. Be exceptional, extraordinary, and stand out of the crowd. Hence, I decided to stand out of the crowd and took a bold step against all the odds to be a purple cow. I did color my hair and got my first tattoo. I was so excited to show my transformation of being a purple cow to my mom. I thought, आज मोगैम्बो खुश होगा, शाबाशी देगा. Yeah, I thought she would be proud of me because I did something extraordinary. My appearance was totally standing out of the crowd. But she was from a different school of thought. She made me a different purple cow with a lot of purple bruises on my face. Now let's not discuss the intensity of the slap. But that slap didn't end my curiosity. Rather, I went on a mission to find a purple cow more desperately. I was about to back out from this treasure hunting when one fine morning, I saw my naive mother India trying her best to open a Word file in my laptop. My life flashed before my eyes. I heard a voice inside my head, which said, "Yes, Smruti, she's the one. Your purple cow." My mom. Hailing from a remote village in her 1960s, my mom didn't get a chance to pursue her higher education. Due to lack of exposure, limited financial stability, she managed to finish her high school and got married at the age of 19. Subsequently, her entire life revolved around family and household chores. She was a slow to warm up person with self-doubt and less social exposure. Life was unfortunate to her. She lost her husband at the age of 30s. Left with young kids, no financial stability, and no emotional support, she was petrified. They say if you don't like the road you are walking, start paving another one. I think that's exactly what she did. How? Well, life just happened to her. Within 2 years of that dreadful moment, she stood back on her toe emotionally, restarted her education, got a job, financially supported her kids, and now trying to learn technology. Her journey redefined the actual meaning of purple cow in my life. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, Purple Cow is a fictional character which preaches about standing out of the crowd, but not with physical attributes, rather with our own actions. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. That makes the Purple Cow. I reflected upon my mom's life and started being mindful about my actions. I was a purple cow, not many times, but I did manage to be one in many small instances of my life. I was a purple cow when I bought a gift for my mom with my first salary. When I supported her to buy a house. And every time when I failed miserably, I became a purple cow by being resilient. Most of the times. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, look around for your purple cow. If you don't find outside, then go in front of the mirror. Stare in those beautiful eyes. I'm optimistic that you might see a purple cow right there in front of you in that mirror. Always remember, life is too short to sit and cry. Let's not waste our time by searching the answers of all our whys. Sometimes you have to be odd to be number one. Don't count your losses. Look at your small battles which you have won. It's time. It's now. Let's march forward and be a purple cow. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmasters Smruti. Yes, shall we have a big round of applause to our Toastmasters Smruti for her the great speech? Yes, we should find our purple cows and find ourselves. What are the victories we had to encourage us ourselves? That's the message I got from your speech. Thank you. Shall we move on to our next speech? That is speech number 3, Toastmaster Upasana Ghosh. Toastmaster Upasana has fortunate to travel and visit to 13 different countries and love exploring new cultures. Currently, she works as a senior technical writer for an MNC. Today, she is attempting her team collaboration path, level 1, project 4, part 2, evaluation and feedback. The purpose of this speech to practice applying feedback and serve as speech evaluator during the club meeting, as well as for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Timer, please note that the time is 5 to 7 minutes. The evaluator will be Toastmaster Shaifali Singh. Toastmaster Shaifali, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I was trying to unmute.
Okay, so okay. Toastmaster Upasana Ghosh. Childhood races. Childhood races. Toastmaster Upasana Ghosh.
How many of you have had your races? Please raise your hand. How many of you have competed for any of your school races, 100 meter, 200 meter relay races? Yes, I can see many of them have. How many of you have fallen down while racing? Yes, I see again. There are many, even I have done. Thank you for active participation. Now you must be wondering, why do I ask this? Because as childhood, when we were children and we were until our childhood period, our races were full of innocence. It was the time when the world was a vast playground for us, and every moment for us was a race, whether it's towards a discovery, growth, or whether it was just to enjoy. As a kid, every day felt like a new race, whether it was racing against our friends on the playground, or racing between our houses, or racing to finish our homework. Yes, there was a time where we would finish our homework on time and we would have competition. The simplicity of these races held up profound lessons for us. For instance, when we would race with our friends, what we would enjoy? We would enjoy the thrill of the wind which would come on our face. We would enjoy whether not only who comes first or second, but we would enjoy the journey. We would laugh a lot. We would curse each other. We would cry if we would fall. But we never lost any hope. It was not just about speed. It was about the joy and the delight which came after the race. And one vivid childhood memory that encapsulated this philosophy involved an impromptu race to catch the firefly or even the butterfly. Yes, during our summers, we would have a race that who would catch more number of butterflies or fireflies. And I would always be the last because I could not race against the senior boys. But as the sun used to dip, my friends and I used to chase for our stars, for the moon. Isn't it amazing? And now, when I ponder upon racing for moon, racing for star, that was a fun. As we grew old, the races became more nuanced. The races refined itself. The races were more for academic excellence, for career growth, for societal approval. And it started overshadowing the carefree races of our youth. However, the true essence of these childhood lingered. And the philosophy of the life that encouraged us to find joy and connection and the meaning in every step. I remember when I would scrape my knees, and I have scraped my knees multiple times. Now it's so that I cannot see my knee. It's all filled with scars. But even when I would fall, I would get up. I would just wipe off or dust off my dirt and continue the race, whether that's cycle race or anything. I remember even if I would fail during my race for my homework, the next day I would bounce back. And I would make sure not only I come first in completing my homework for one subject, but all the 5 subjects. So when I became an adult, I thought that now that we fail in our life, whether it's career, whether it's school, whether it's our goal or societal pressures, or even in personal life, what do we do? How do we manage? And that's when I pondered upon, I went back to my childhood and thought the way I would get up, or we would get up and dust our mud, same way we have to do, we have to dust our disappointment. We have to shed our fears because life is too long. It's more of our journey. Destination, finish line may be different for other people. But if you do not enjoy the journey, then the race is worthless. What will happen if you come first? And if you see all your friends are not there? Does that even make sense? No. But what if, even though you have come in some mid position, but you have enjoyed your race? So, revisiting childhood races is just a reminder to infuse our adult life with the same enthusiasm and simplicity. And in this pursuit of our goal, let's not forget the importance of laughter, camaraderie, and relishing the present moment. Life's a race, and it is not just about reaching the destination. It's about discovering the beauty of the journey. It's about finding your own, finding yourself, finding your own journey and peace, your own happiness. So let's embrace this philosophy of childhood race, and you will find that the true essence of life is not in the finish line, but it is in the experience that shapes our heart and souls. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Upasana. Shall we have a big round of applause to our Toastmaster Upasana? Shall we move to our fourth speaker? Today, our fourth speaker is Toastmaster Chitrakshi Vij. Toastmaster Chitrakshi is triple path breaker in 9 months, and also she is the secretary of Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Today, she is attempting her innovative planning path level 3 project 1. The project name is Present a Proposal. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a proposal. Timer, please note that time is 5 to 7 minutes. The evaluator will be Toastmaster Preeti Jain. Toastmaster Preeti, are you there?
Yes, I'm there, Toastmaster Sudharma.
Yeah. Toastmaster Chitrakshi Vij. Net quirky. Net quirky. Toastmaster Chitrakshi Vij.
And the award for the best networker goes to... Guys, why are you not sharing with me? You don't want the award? Do you have any questions for me? You don't? What is happening to Gabbys? You don't have questions for me? What is a networker? What kind of a title is that? What do you mean by that? And you're giving awards for it? Just because you're the secretary, you can't come and propose such mundane, weird things. No? Nobody? Nobody? None of you is curious as to what this award is? Please, raise your hands if you want to know what exactly this is. Anyone? I have a proposal to make and there are no hands raised. Thank you, Manvi, Smruti. Yes, yes. For your information, you know why Manvi and Smruti raised their hands and a little bit of Toastmaster Shaifali? Not because they really want to know, but because they know me a little bit. So they have to save my face and save me a little bit in front of the rest of the audience. So they raise their hands. Right now, they just have a feeling of, it's another speech, let her be. But no, here's the thing. I have a proposal for all of you. And I'm really excited because I'm just excited about it. This thing that I've created is an award that I want entire Gabbys to get one at a time. It's called the Net Quirky Award. What is the Net Quirky Award? As close as the name could be, it is actually about networking. The reason we are all at Toastmasters is either because of being good at communication or to be a good leader. The issue here is that neither of that is possible unless we do it with people, which means unless we network. So reaching a meeting or entering a meeting online every Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday at 7:30, 7 p.m. or 10 in the morning is not enough. So my proposal is that we find a way in which we can meet each other or network with each other better. Why? Because none of you know that I have a child. Do you know I have a child? I have a son. Did you know I have a son? Here is my son. Hello. So, why don't you know it? And right now, you only know it because I have been a little selfish about sharing it in public with all of you here, even though I know this is recorded. But not everyone's comfortable with that. How many of you want to come in front of the camera and say, hey, I have a child who's 5 years old. He's so irritating. Can someone give me tips about how to make sure that my child is a nice boy or a nice girl or very disciplined? You won't want to do that in your speech, can you? So here is a way where you can network with other Toastmasters, become a part of this networking and become a good networker. So how can you do that? Right? That's the next question. Why? Because we need to know each other. Because being very good at communication, being a good leader, giving great speeches, getting educational awards, great. But will you keep doing that and keep coming to meetings if you knew that there's nobody to cheer for you, if there's nobody to raise hand every time you ask a question, or if you knew your favorite people or people you think are friends are not in the meeting? Not very long. That your motivation will drop down, and eventually you'll stop coming for meetings. And in order to make sure that you want to come for meetings, in order to make sure there's someone voting for you, there's someone cheering for you, there's someone who's raising hands, even though they don't know what you're saying or not making sense, they still raise their hand. Now that is why networking is important. Next question to all of you. How many of you are based out of Bangalore? Quick raise of hands. 1, 2. Wow. So out of 18 people in this meeting, there are only 2 people who are from Bangalore. So, Chitrakshi, how do you propose we network? And even those who are based out of Bangalore, you think families, work, all of that in our heads, and we would want to go out in that crazy traffic and waste our time to meet people who are Toastmasters I'm already meeting thrice a week? No. Thankfully, COVID has taught us some really important lessons, and COVID has given us a new bandwidth that we didn't know existed. So, how will you network now? You network by having coffee sessions or tea sessions. So, there's time that you want to have tea. You call 2 people, you call 1 person, get on a call, Zoom call with them. Even the free Zoom call has 45 minutes of time that it gives you. So those 45 minutes, sit together, chit chat, have some cookies, have some biscuits, have some tea, have some coffee, and then say, hey, okay, bye. But this session cannot be less than 45 minutes. It can go up to 90 minutes. You can also have a watch party. Pick up a favorite TV show or pick up a movie and watch it together. That way, you get to sit together, discuss, and know each other a little better. What will this do? This will help all of us network better. It'll help us know each other better. It'll help us understand speeches better. It'll help us mentor each other better and have mentors other than the mentors that we've already been given. With all of that, it'll help us take Gabbys ahead. So next time you become a speechcraft coordinator or next time you become a Toastmaster who's an XCOM member, you don't have to worry about wishing someone you don't know or just putting on the group saying, hey, yeah, okay, someone put a post about some educational award, but I'm just going to go, okay, congratulations. It's more than that. It's about next time traveling to Jamshedpur and remembering, hey, Toastmaster Dhwani is there. Why should I not meet her? Or trying to plan a trip to Jammu and thinking, hey, why not meet Toastmaster Chitrakshi? She's from Jammu. Or planning a trek and wondering whether Ayush or Toastmaster Chaitanya are the people you could look up to. Or ask for references. Or if you have nobody, you still have friends. You still have people around you who you're spending at least 6 hours a week with. And the reason you want to spend those 6 hours every week in this meeting. So I propose the Net Quirky Award, which will happen once a month. And every week we announce a winner who has done maximum meetings with other Toastmasters, who knows most. And we'll find a way, which I want you to help me with, to create a little more established proposition about how we can regulate and what are the rules that we can form to give this Net Quirky Award every. Because in today's day and age, it's your network that truly is your net worth. Over to you, Toastmaster today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chitrakshi. Shall we have a round of applause to our Toastmaster Chitrakshi? Yes, I also want to get that quick award with networking. I am still trying. Yeah, I didn't know that quick award. Just now got to know, but I think I can also win that one. Thank you. Next speaker. Shall we move to our next speaker? Our speaker 5 is Toastmaster Awarjana Dissanayake. Toastmaster Awarjana is a finance professional as well as she is the Vice President Education of Kakira Toastmasters Club in Sri Lanka. And she is interested in inspirational books and movies. Today, she is attempting her innovative planning, level 3, project 2. The project name is Inspire an Audience. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspire others. The purpose of this speech is for the member to inspire the audience. Timer, please note that time is 5 to 7 minutes. The evaluator will be Toastmaster Joane Joseph. Toastmaster Joane, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Toastmaster Awarjana Dissanayake. The climate in us. The climate in us. Toastmaster Awarjana Dissanayake.
They don't send ambulances for broken hearts, just broken bodies. When help doesn't come, we assume we must break our walls. We must reflect the outside it feels within. Maybe then they will send help. Maybe then they will listen. Maybe then they will believe he heard. Why can't the evidence of my ache will be the way that I feel? Why does the blood have to spill to make the pain look real? I don't think the world should wait for the people to puncture their skin to worry about the trouble with it. I wish we treated the broken hearts like broken bones and sent ambulances for bleeding souls. My favorite quote from the book Climate. On April 11th, it was 2:45 a.m., middle of the night. I was carrying her in my arms when my loving cat passing away due to a brain tumor. She suddenly got caught fever on a Sunday night. She was getting treatments under a doctor's supervision. Days are passing, weeks are passing, but she didn't show a single improvement. We were already late when we got to know what she has been going through. Dear Toastmaster, I have been a cat mom for more than 15 years. I have been through a lot when I had to say goodbye to them. But Olaf was the hardest person for me to say goodbye. We got so much closer and we spent so much time together due to the lockdown and the crisis we went through as a country. Pain of pet loss is real. Because of the emotions we shared is real. So the grief is real. It wasn't a thing I lost, but a person. She was like a family member. I didn't even spend an hour without seeing her. Though I was busy with my work inside of my room, I made sure to go and check where she is. I had only 3 reasons to go out from my room back then. Maybe because I was hungry, maybe I wanted to go to the washroom, or else to check where she is. The connection we had, the friendship we had was insanely beautiful. So, after battling with her sickness for more than 2 weeks, she passed away. It's really hard to relive every moment without her and live a life that she is not here with me anymore. Let me ask you a question. Physically, our brain is trained to get rid of a pain instantly. We touch a hot surface or we touch something sharp, right? But there's no way, no mechanism for emotional pain. We always have to learn something to survive in future. And that's it. And that's what I learned from this loss of my loving cat. To deal with losses, to be strong and keep straight and be there for our
Excuse me,
loved ones.
Toastmaster Awarjana, we can't hear you properly. Can you?
How is it now?
Now it's better.
Okay. Do I need to start from the beginning or?
No, just continue your speech.
So that's what I had to learn from the loss of my loving cat. Though we have to be there for our loved ones, though we might be falling apart inside, as we all ride our emotional roller coaster alone. While we all are battling in an emotional battlefield alone that we do not share with anyone else. There are people who has experienced great losses in their lives. And for the first time in my life, I got to know how it feels like to be in their shoes. It wasn't a pleasant experience at all. My heart was going through a storm. Weather forecast of my heart was never a favorable one for a very long time. And now I'm waiting for the springtime to come and visit me, and I know it's coming. It's on the way. Just like Mother Earth has to go through 4 seasons a year, we will be going through seasons in our life time to time. Just like Mother Earth, where all the cyclones, all the tornadoes, we will go through something similar because we all are connected. But we see the beauty of the rainbow, right? We all enjoy the birds are chirping early in the morning, and when we see hummingbirds, bees flying around beautiful flowers, just like that beautiful flowers, just like that, you will see rainbows, and you will see rainbows at the end of every storm that you go through, and beautiful flowers and birds, bees following a cyclone in your heart. So my speech for you all who is bearing all the unbearable pain inside of your heart, but bear a pretty smile on your face and make the world a beautiful place to live in. Maybe you are in the middle of a storm. Maybe you are someone waiting for the springtime to come and visit you. Weather becomes gloomy sometimes. Storms come and go, but springtime comes, no matter what. It's okay not to have everything figured out at once. Believe me, something beautiful is ahead of you, and I am so beyond proud of you. I hope you win the battle no one knows about, and I hope you will win no matter what. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Awarjana. Shall we have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Awarjana for that great speech? Now let's move to our sixth speaker. Today, our sixth speaker is Toastmaster Shilpa Reddy. Toastmaster Shilpa is an ex-corporate and certified image consultant and corporate soft skill coach. She explores traveling alone, coffee, and a bit of painting and gardening. Today, she is attempting her presentation mastery level 5 project 1, prepare to speak professionally. The purpose of this speech for the member to practice developing and presenting a long speech. Timer, please note that time is 18 to 22 minutes. The evaluator will be Distinguished Toastmaster Akshay Singh. Distinguished Toastmaster Akshay, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Toastmaster Shilpa Reddy. No, na, ne. No, na, ne. Toastmaster Shilpa Reddy.
All right, I won't turn back until all of you comes on the camera. A few of you? At least a few of you? No? More people? Okay, thank you. Few more. The more I say, the more I'm going to turn around. Okay, come on, come on. That's all? Okay. All right. So, Chitrakshi, I'm in Bangalore this weekend. You want to tag along for a new movie on Sunday? She said no.
I'm not in Bangalore. Sorry.
Oh my God, she's not in Bangalore. All right. Smruti, I need to borrow your laptop for a week and it is very important. Can you please lend it to me for a week?
I'm not in India, Shilpa.
Ah, everyone has reasons. Preeti, where are you? Okay, I see Mr. Suresh. I'm going on a trip and I need to borrow some amount for expenses. It's an international trip. Can you lend me some amount?
Do I look like the sort of guy with money?
Oh, yes, with your black specs and gray hair. Yes, I do. But
Yeah, I'll
can
think
you?
about it, surely. Yeah, I suppose so. I'll think about it. I need to think about it.
I'll think about it. So that's a no then, is it? Okay. So you know what? A few days back, my cousin called me and I say, Akka, wedding date is so near. I have to shop a lot. And can you please, please, please help me with the shopping? Of course, I can spare a weekend for that. Who want to miss wedding shopping? Tomorrow is a Saturday and Sunday. Yes, I can spare a weekend. And the same cousin of mine called a week later and I said, Akka, I have a new friend who owns a boutique and she needs help. Why don't you come and shop a few dresses there and help her? Oh, red flag. How do I say I don't want to buy? Because that's not my first thing. I'm out of money. You all know that. And second thing, that's not my taste. No. Well, dear Toastmasters, I have had a lot of trouble denying, rejecting, opposing to people. And I'm sure you must have gone through that too at some point of life. Who in this room at some point of life struggled to say no either to your partner or a colleague or your family members or a friend or anybody? Raise your hands. Oh, yes, that's all. It's the same people. Sudharma, can you tell me, was it really uncomfortable to say no?
No, I can tell no at every time.
Oh, wow. Wow, then I need to learn from that. Vijetha, did you have a chance to say no at some point of time? Was it tough to say no?
No, I'm pretty good at saying no.
Wow, lovely. That should be my end of the speech. But then, dear Toastmasters, for the rest of the people, I would like to discuss a valuable skill that often goes overlooked in our busy lives. The art of saying no. To begin with a question, why can't we say no? Why can't we say no as confidently as we say yes? Makes me think. Could that be because we don't want to hurt the other person? Or is because we don't want to feel guilty, or either to give a good impression, or especially at work, that the fear of losing or fear of appearing incompetent. in front of others, or it could be any other reason. We are in the world of demands and obligations. Agree or disagree? A few, not even one. I see one yes. Yes. But so knowing how to gracefully decline requests is a skill that can help us with our well-being and effectiveness. Whatever the request is from the other person, we can say no because we don't want to take that burden, because we don't want to cost it extra time, energy, money, or anything. But you all must be thinking, why should I say no? You know, I will take that extra mile for my friend or family member and I will fulfill that need. Yes, please go ahead. But there are some situations in our life where we have to deny. But that doesn't mean that you have to be rude or uncooperative. A friend comes to me and says, wow, Shilpa, your sari is so nice. Can I know where you bought that sari? I'm like, no. And a kid comes to me, can I have a cookie, please, Shilpa auntie? Hey, no way. These are my cookies. And maybe at work, someone says, hey, can you work an hour extra for me? Can you cover up my assignment? No, it's a weekend, I have to go drink. And Karthik asked me, can you take an evaluator role for me, Shilpa, this Saturday? No. Okay, at least an accountant role? No way, it's a 2-hour-long commitment. I really can't. It doesn't have to be so rude at all. We can say no with politeness, with having our healthy boundaries, yet prioritizing our commitments. Just like how an artist delicately strikes each brushstroke to create a masterpiece, saying no is a finesse, tact, and you need consideration for that, for the other person's request. Well, you might be thinking, okay, fine, I am convinced I have the right to say no, I am ready to say no, but how do I say no without hurting the other person? I'm going to give you a very simple and practical solution for that. First thing, it's a 3-step rule. Can you see this? Okay, I think you are saying it in the mirror, right? It's a 3-step rule, RHA. What does RHA stands for? R stands for respect. H stands for honesty. And A stands for alternatives. I'm going to explain you what this 3-step rule is now. Please be with me. Respect. Firstly, it is important that you acknowledge the request when someone comes with anything. Express your gratitude for being considered and show some genuine appreciation to the other person that they have reached out to you apart from all the other options that they have. This sets the positive tone for the conversation right in the beginning and demonstrate your respect for that person to make that request. By this time, the other person will be mentally prepared to take either a yes or either a no. Or he must be thinking, okay, something fishy is coming, but then it works, trust me. So the first thing is respect. Second point is honesty. Once we receive the person with respect, provide a clear and honest explanation for your decision. Why are you saying no? Why am I denying this request? Why cannot I really do this? Why cannot I really help you? You have to be as transparent as possible about your current commitments. Is it about the workload or is it about your personal circumstances? That may prevent you from taking an additional task or burden. Honesty, you all know, is the key to maintain trust and understanding in any relationship. And so this one too. So we're done with RHA, R, respect. First thing is you need to treat the person with respect, whoever comes to you. Second one is you got to be honest if you're denying a request by giving the exact reason. And the third thing is alternatives. Well, while declining a request, you have to offer an alternative solution if possible. This showcases the other person that you are genuinely interested in helping the other person. You're indeed willing to give a solution, probably not the exact one that the other person is expecting, but a possible solution. The alternative should be reliable, should be helpful, should be hopeful, should actually be a possible solution for that request or a problem. Suggesting an alternative solution shows that you actually value that relationship, you actually value that negotiation that you're doing with the other person, and you're actually committed to give a beneficial solution, a mutually beneficial outcome of this whole scenario. Well, we will take an example. If you're senior, imagine you have, or you all work, so it's a work environment, and if your senior colleague or your manager comes to you and asks, well, I have this extra assignment which has to be submitted on Monday. Can you please help? And guess what? Today is what? Today is Friday. Okay, actually Thursday, but then imagine it is Friday. So this assignment has to be submitted on Monday, and today is Friday. What do we have in between? A weekend, Saturday and Sunday. How can we lose a weekend to work? But you already made your plans with your family for the weekend. So how are you going to say no? Imagine it's your manager. You all know conversations with the managers are really tough, right? Sometimes your employment depends on it. Apart from that, so how do I gently say no to my manager? Back to your senior, super senior. Let's apply this 3-step rule. 1, 2, 3. Respect, honesty, and alternatives. If I am there in the situation, I would answer, if it is me, I would say to my manager, sir, I'm so glad you reached out to me. Of all the team members that you have considered me for this assignment. And I completely understand the urgency here. But to be very honest, I've made some plans with my family and I really need to be with them. I cannot get away from that. But sir, how about I suggest other team members who are actually working this weekend, who can actually contribute to this? Well, if those team members are there right next to them, they will start cursing me, but that's a different scenario. I would also say to the manager that, sir, I'll ask them first and then come back to you if they can actually work for the weekend for you guys, for your team. That is taking an extra step. Even though you're not giving an exact solution by yourself, you are giving an indirect solution to them. Well, now, Toastmasters, I have a need. Who wants to deny it with the RHA rule? I need a volunteer. Come on, who all came on the camera? They went back. Chitrakshi, Preeti, Upasana, Shaifali. I need a volunteer. I want someone to deny me. I am ready to take the denial. I want someone to deny me. Okay, Preeti, I'm going to choose you for that. No hands at all. I'm so glad you all are very sweet to me. No one wants to deny it. It's all right. Okay, so here is a question for you. Where are you from, Preeti?
Bangalore.
Bangalore. You know what? I found a job in Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to start next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time to look for a house.
Mm-hmm.
I just started packing and I have to finish some chores back at home. I need to pack everything. I need to keep, dispose everything, and I have to start traveling. Right. The company cannot wait any longer. Preeti, is it all right if I stay in your house for a month?
Sure. Most welcome.
I can. Really?
Yes.
Will you cook for me?
Of course.
And so you have enough bedrooms for me?
Yes.
Awesome. And can I use your wardrobe and rest of the stuff as well? Because I really cannot, a lot of luggage.
You feel like, do it. Go for it.
Wow. So can you book the ticket for me, Preeti?
Your company will certainly do that, Shilpa.
Awesome.
But I'm there.
Thank you so much, Preeti. Now, I want you to deny the same request applying the RHA rule if you can do that.
If you want me to do that, I'll deny. Chalo.
Can you please apply the RHA rule and then give an answer for that?
I think you chose a wrong person, Shilpa, for your answer.
Because you always want to say yes for everything. Okay, who wants to deny it? I will pick one more volunteer for that. Someone raise your hand.
I think Toastmaster Vijetha. Okay, Toastmaster Shaifali is there.
Toastmaster Shaifali wants to answer that question. Shaifali, please come on the camera and say, will you let me stay in your house for a month? Genuinely, I am going to pack right away and come with my baby.
Okay, Toastmaster Shilpa, will you let me stay in your house for a month?
If I were you, I would say that, oh, Shaifali, I genuinely appreciate you thinking of me when you are in need. However, I am loaded with family members. I have a baby, I have my mother, I have my grandmother to take care of, and there's absolutely no space. I'm so sorry. But then I do have a PG accommodation right next to my house. So I can actually book 1 month or how many ever days you want to stay there, and you're most welcome. Please do visit my home during the weekends. I would love to cook for you, Shaifali. Thank you. That's how I applied the RHA rule rather than saying yes or no. Thank you so much, Preeti and Shaifali, for giving time. No, but then you have to remember, saying no does not mean shutting doors or burning bridges. It's about making choices that align with your priorities and capacity. So by mastering the art of saying no, you create space for your activities and responsibilities that truly matters to you. My dear Toastmasters, to conclude, the art of saying no is a skill that empowers us to lead more balanced, fulfilling lives without stress or guilt, without burden. By approaching it with respect, honesty, and alternatives, the 3-step rule, RHA, repeat RHA. You acknowledge it, you give an answer, you give an honest answer why it is not possible, and you also give a possible alternative. So through that, we can navigate our commitments with grace and integrity. And I really want you all apply that. Let's all strive to become artists of our own destiny by carefully crafting, like how the painter does the brushstroke, and embracing the freedom that comes from making conscious choices. And if you want to excel this skill, all you have to do is simply have to practice it in front of the mirror. Stop there. Are you all wondering, oh, so I need to carry a mirror all the time to say no to people? Yeah, so my mom comes to me and says, Shilpa, can you cook today? I'm like, Mom, wait, let me look into the mirror. Okay, Mom, I have to say no. I have to say no to her. And then I turn back to her and I say, no, Mommy, I cannot do it. That's rude. What if I say to her is, Mama, please, I really have this extra assignment to do. I can't do this. How about sister cooks for you? Thank you so much. That would not hurt my mother. So look into the mirror, look into the eye, experiment different ways of saying no, and find a comfortable way that you are comfortable with. So now if my friend comes and asks me, hey, Ships, can I use your car for a week? Mine broke down. I denied by gently saying, I'm glad you asked me. I completely understand your frustration. I'm afraid I can't because I have my grandmother, which I need to take. I have to take her to a checkup this weekend, and I have other things to finish as well. How about you try carpooling? I have some numbers. I'm going to give that to you. That's going to be a better answer than saying no. That wouldn't offend my friend. Now, We all know how to say no, na, nay, in a very nicer way, in a polite way. Well, Toastmasters, I won't promise it will work with your husband or wife. Please don't blame me if it doesn't work with your husband or wife, or you never know, it could. You never know. Thank you all, Toastmasters, for your lovely time.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shilpa, for that wonderful speech. Yes, I also should practice that saying no to how to say no to everyone when asking questions with politely. But I am not actually have that skill. I am straight away say no or something like that. I want to practice. Thank you for the message. And shall we have a round of applause to Toastmaster Shilpa for the great speech? Okay, now I want to know the timers report on our prepared speech. Toastmaster Dale, can I know, are there any disqualifications in prepared speech section?
Yes, Toastmaster Abhijit, there is only one disqualification, and that is Toastmaster Monica. Rest all
Okay.
are qualified.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Dale. Shall we have 5 minutes today? Now 8:11. Shall we meet by 8:16 within 5 minutes time? The polling will be launched at the end of the meeting because of there's an issue in Zoom polling. We will share the Google form at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Okay, Toastmasters. Hope you are in the meeting. Shall we begin our evaluation session? As first, I would like to go with Toastmaster Chitrakshi evaluation 4, because Toastmaster Preeti has to leave the meeting early. So I would like to invite to evaluate Toastmaster Chitrakshi, Toastmaster Preeti. Toastmaster Preeti is ICF certified life coach and corporate NLP trainer. Toastmaster Preeti Jain, over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sudharma, and thanks to every other evaluator for cooperating with me. A big thanks. Toastmaster Chitrakshi, networking. So you never ever fail to create a captivating movie and with an intriguing opening. It doesn't matter what level or project you are attempting. And as usual, your speech started with an engaging, catchy statement with an audience attention. So many congratulations on that. As you are already a triple path breaker, I'll not go into the technicalities or the delivery style or the gestures today, which you have already mastered, and we all know that you are queen of drama and the voice modulation. So today I'd like to focus on the structure of the speech or the content of the speech. So first thing first. The first thing which caught my attention was the title, Networking. I'm still thinking about this. It's echoing in my mind because you have uttered it so many times. Second, I like the proposal you have made to the Gabbys and the message you tried to give to everyone with that networking is the net worth today. Very well done there. So many congratulations on proposing networking to the club and completing your project. But now the success of the proposal depends on how the Gabbys takes your proposal, isn't it? So all the best to all of us. I don't know how much it was aligned with the Gabbys is aligned with your proposal. Let's see. Third thing which I liked is you not only shared the importance of networking, but at the same time, you also handle the difficulties along with it, like about the traffic we will face or the locations. We are in different locations, and that is how you came up with the suggestions of 45 minutes of networking. Now, my few recommendations, and I hope you will take it with open ears, open arms. As you asked quite a few times in different styles, what is networking? Do you know what is networking? I don't know the difference between networking and networking. And I was waiting and waiting for the definition or explanation of this terminology which you have used. How it's different from networking, till now, I don't know. Second, in your examples of the names you have taken is of all ExCom members, Toastmaster Dhwani, Toastmaster Chaitanya, Toastmaster Karthik, who you get a lot of time to meet with them as they are all ExCom members, right? And you know them very well. I wish before delivering this speech, you would have connected with at least 2 random members from the Gabbys and then had a coffee time with them and share your personal experience so that, you know, your proposal would have landed much better with the club members. So my invitation and suggestion is to focus more on the content, add authenticity by sharing the personal stories. Literally is the time to walk the talk. Otherwise, and it's going to really polish your speech and make it shine more. All the very best, Toastmaster Chitrakshi. Great applause for you. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Preeti. Shall we have a big round of applause to our Toastmaster Preeti, evaluator, and Toastmaster Chitrakshi, speaker. Okay, let's move on to our first evaluation with the speaker, Toastmaster Monica Ashwin and Toastmaster Vijetha Chanda. I think I pronounced it clearly.
Yes, you did.
Thank you. Toastmaster Monica.
Yeah.
Good evening. Toastmaster Monica not in this meeting. I think she will see the video. Let's over to you, Toastmaster Vijetha.
Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters, guests, and I guess my target speaker is not here. The first thing, she spoke about a topic which is very close to my life, yoga. So, yay for that. I think opening a speech with audience question, I think this is a very classic way of opening any speech. So that was definitely one of the highlight for me. The purpose of the speech was well-structured speech and a well-delivered speech. I think a lot of these objectives were met because she had a good theme, which was really your fitness and emotional strength. She kind of combined that, Toastmaster Monica, with the personal story, which was very relatable to the audience. That's always the hook in a lot of speeches. I also saw glimpses of, she kind of interacting or playing with the camera, which in an online meeting, I think was very interesting. And those emotions were coming through. So that could be felt in the speech. I thought from where she stood and from where I saw it, she had good body posture. And she had, her hands were at this level and minimal hand gestures, which of course was aligned with Toastmaster Monica's speech. Now, what could have made this speech more impactful? Toastmaster Monica, she packed a punch. There was so much in the speech. She started with asking the audience, who is your biggest competitor? She's moved on to fitness and emotional strength. She moved on to yoga, meditation. Then she moved on to what is it, what is the kind of legacy she wanted to give to her daughter. Then she came back to herself and she spoke about the benefits. I think that was a lot of content in there to manage in a 5 to 7 minute speech. I think putting in 2 or 3 things would have definitely helped her in better time management of this speech, and also just getting the message more clearly back to the audience. The second thing that I would like Toastmaster Monica to kind of incorporate in her speech was some amount of pauses. I think we could see that in kind of slivers of it, but some more intentional, purposeful pauses helps the audience kind of absorb the content and absorb the message. So that would have definitely helped with the delivery of this speech. Overall, well-written speech, good content. I thought good opening with the audience. If you throw in a little bit more of structure and some intentional pauses, I think we'll have some very good speeches coming from Toastmaster Monica. So I would like to wish her the best of luck for her coming speeches. Thank you.
Thank
Back
you.
to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijetha, for the evaluation of Toastmaster Monica's. Now let's move to our second speaker's evaluation. Toastmaster Smruti speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Gihan Wickramasinghe. Toastmaster Gihan is electric engineer by profession, and he is the president of Sunday Live Speakers Forum of Sri Lanka. Toastmaster Gihan, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudharma. Toastmaster Smruti, congratulations for completing your project. The Purple Cow. I appreciated the way you started by saying, I never saw a purple cow. I never hoped to see one. Even though the title was about a purple cow. You made the curiosity within me as well as within the audience what you are going to talk about by making such contradictory at the beginning of your speech. I highly recommended that and kudos to you about that point. Then you have worked well on the feedback received for your last speech. Consider delaying the delivery of your main message slightly. Till the end of your speech, I was looking forward to figure out what was the main message behind your idea. You gave us the story how you stand out of the crowd, and hair coloring, making a tattoo, and likewise, finally you said that purple cow is not a physical one, and you asked the audience to look around for your purple cow. So till the end, you maintained well that curiosity of your main message by inspiring the enthusiasm middle way. Kudos on that. Then how to elevate your speech to next level. At the beginning, you were asking the audience purposely to wait for next 5 to 7 minutes to figure out the purple cow. I felt that your speech could be impressed if you maintain the curiosity without purposely saying that. And the next thing, you could articulate more your speech by changing the tone. You were saying, I was so excited. Without saying like that, you could say, I was so excited, like that. Then you could add emphasis on your point. Overall, it was a strong and well-organized speech. Your dedication to improvement is commendable. I'm so excited to see how you excel in Toastmasters. And let's find our purple cow within us. Over to Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gihan, for the great evaluation, and thank you for the speaker and the evaluator. Now let's move on to third speaker's evaluation. Toastmasters Upasana Ghosh speak will be evaluated by Toastmaster Shaifali Singh. Toastmaster Shaifali is a certified coach, soft skill trainer, and image consultant. Toastmaster Shaifali, over to you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Can we have Upasana on camera, please? Thank you. No, she isn't. Is she here?
Yes, she is here.
All right. Okay. So, Toastmaster Upasana, what a beautiful speech you gave. And this was the part 2 of your speech. So I had reviewed the earlier feedback from Toastmaster or DTM Nancy. A couple of things that worked very well for your speech was, I loved how you ended it. I'm sorry, I'm starting from it. It is so well done that the way you ended the speech, that was one feedback that was given to you last time, and I think you worked on that. So good job there. You had a great smile throughout your speech, and the entire body language was resonating a lot of passion. So that again worked well for you. Now, the things that, probably you could look at working on, I felt it was very rushed. So this was again a feedback that was given in your last assessment as well, that use more pauses, because there were a lot of instances where I felt that you could have used a pause genuinely. For example, when you opened with a question, again, you went in and answered it, and you just went along with it rather than waiting for the audience to respond. There were a lot of, so you asked the question, what would we enjoy? Again, you could have done a pause there. So overall, there was that feeling of it being a little rushed. And that again was in line with your previous feedback as well. I would encourage you to use more emotions in your speech, because I felt, when you're talking about you're running and you're talking about so many things falling, and I felt you could have shown that emotion, when I fell, and, they probably stopped there for a minute. So I did miss that emotion in your speech. Probably that's one area that I would encourage you to work on. The other thing that when I was listening to your speech in the beginning, I was like, okay, this is a speech about sports, or this is a speech about running. The message came really towards the fag end of the speech about how you could connect running to your current life. I felt that could have come a little earlier. It would have helped, because somewhere I was not getting where is the speech going. So here is a recommendation. You could use structures like problem solution. So you say this is a problem, then this is a solution, this is how I'm aligning it to my story, or like a cause and effect structure. These are just a few suggestions. Overall, kudos to you to do the second speech with your feedback, and I wish you all the best in your journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shaifali. And shall we have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Shaifali and Toastmaster Upasana for this speech and the evaluation. Now let's move to our fifth speech evaluation. Toastmaster Awarjana's speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Joane Joseph. Toastmaster Joane is a content writer and passionate reader, and also she is an introvert who finds joy in conversation. Toastmaster Joane, over to you.
Hi, is Awarjana in the room? I can't see her spotlighted. That's why.
She is in the room. She will be spotlighted.
Hi. The climate in us. Let me tell you, I'm feeling a little different than what I feel usually. And that's because today I was not looking for any kind of, body language and voice modulation and expressions. Because the project purpose was very simple: inspire the audience with the speech. That was the project purpose. And you brought in a very inspiring idea. Very inspiring idea. When you ask the question that only when I bleed do I have pain? What if I am hurt? And what if I'm in pain? But you can't see that. Doesn't that matter? I stopped writing and I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to this person, because that idea was beautiful. I think it is something that everybody relates to, especially right now when the mental health, emotional health issues are on a high. That pain and hurt is not something always visible. So that idea was very beautiful. Second thing, what I liked is you're a very exotic, poetic kind of a person. You have a philosophical bent of mind. At least for this speech, that's what I felt. When you were speaking about the birds and the seasons and the springs, I loved it, because I am someone who likes such exotic things. So that way of expressing this emotion with words which invoke that philosophical and emotional bend and side of a human, right? That I loved. The third thing is I loved again the conclusion. It was a very beautiful and alluring conclusion where you said, have hope. Spring will come back. Basically, you were going on about the bees and the buzzing and the flowers. And I thought, okay, she wants to say, spring will come back. Things will get better. You will get over it. So have hope. I love that. So overall, those three things I loved about your speech. Now, what could be done better, right? The first thing I'll tell you, when you are writing an inspiring speech to inspire someone, the first thing I would think about is, what is my core message? What is the core message that I want to give the audience? What do I want to leave them with so that they are inspired to do something or think differently or be different? I felt there were multiple messages in this, and all the messages were beautiful. But one core message would have hit harder than having three messages, because there was a message that, you're in your emotional battlefield, you're always alone. What a beautiful message. Then you said emotional trauma is necessary for learning and getting lessons in life. Then you said we are all connected to nature and we can make the world a beautiful place. That was your concluding message. All beautiful messages, but what is the core message? So that core message, I didn't find it. I'm sure you must have thought about it, but it didn't come up. So think about one core message and focus and center your whole story, the cat's story, to deliver that message. That's the first recommendation. The second recommendation I'll give you is something called speech development. You brought in the cat's story and I felt like, okay, now she's going to talk about her struggles, then the lessons she learned from the struggles, and then the high conclusion that even though these are the lessons I've learned, I'm a better person for it, or whatever. That's your message, your speech to tell it, right? That connection was not there because that development did not happen. Next time when you write a speech, I would request you to think about developing your speech. And how do you develop? This question comes. Think about a seed and a fruit. If I show you a seed and if I show you a fruit and you don't know that this is a fruit and this is a seed, you won't be able to connect it, right? Only when you know that you put the seed, then pour water, the tree came, then the tree had a mango, and then I plucked the mango, then I ate the mango. That connection, that is speech development. I need to know that from where you got the cat and that emotional connection, then the connection of loss, then the lesson that loss taught you, and then the core message that you wanted to leave with. And third, and a very minor, or in your case, a little major this time, is the sound. I was like this is my speaker, and I was listening to you like this the whole time. You have a very lovely voice, a very inspiring, sweet voice. But that means you need to focus even more on the sound system, because you cannot, you need a proper microphone. So you need to check your sound system. Otherwise, what's the use of delivering such a beautiful poetic speech if the audience is not able to listen? Overall, I loved it. And I think you can make that out from the way I'm saying things, right? I genuinely love the emotional side and the message that you try to put on. Think about core one message, think about speech development, the seed and the fruit, and audio system. Next time, please take care of that. Come back and speak again. Truly inspiring speeches. I hope you'll give that next time. Thank you. Over to you, Dean.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joane, for that critical evaluations, and I enjoyed it. Now let's move on to our sixth speaker's evaluation. Our sixth speaker was Toastmaster Shilpa Reddy. The evaluator will be Distinguished Toastmaster Akshay Singh. Distinguished Toastmaster Akshay has over 4 years of active membership experience, and he has held various club officer roles, mentored and sponsors club. Distinguished Toastmaster Akshay, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmasters, very much. Can you just confirm if I'm audible clearly?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are audible.
All right. Happy evening to each and every one of you. Toastmaster Shilpa. No, na, no. What a beautiful titled speech and delivered with such perfection. I was engaged throughout your speech with your start, your body, and towards the end. Let me highlight the CRHA, what I really love. Reiterating your crux point, which was how you can say no, which is a simple 3-step process: respect, honesty, alternative. Very well done. It was reiterated with audience engagement, wherein you ask members to practice it live during the speech. So I commend you on that point. Second, honestly, I loved the way you shared your personal examples at the start and said the different situations which you have encountered and how have you shared more and how you had difficulties and how you went ahead with the approach. So kudos to you. Finally, the A, which was wonderfully how you articulated the speech in very simple language. This was speech which professionally, a longer speech to ensure that the language is simple so that all the audience members, in fact, when I was in the audience, I was able to listen to you and go along with you. I was able to flow along the entire 18+ minutes. It was not a boring speech, or I was not at even an instance diverted. So kudos to Toastmaster Shilpa for ensuring these elements. Now, Toastmaster Shilpa, every speech when you try and attempt, right, maybe some elements which can be worked upon or maybe enhanced in a different way. For example, one thing which I would have loved was the conclusion. I saw that you stopped at around the green card. I would have loved if you would have went ahead to the end. Because though your speech had a very beautiful way of concluding, but that perfect conclusion which hits the bullseye is something which I felt was missing. We could have reiterated your start, connected a closed circular loop, and given a start. Second element, I felt honestly when you mentioned examples and you included the audience, you would have at the end, you could have asked, did any one of you have learned? You did mention that you added humor, but that humor could have been sprinkled throughout the speech at every instance. For example, using the audience and yourself, because this is a topic which everyone wants to learn. You could have used humor to bring them in, pull in the audience. Your words made me listen to you, but I want to be involved in your speech so that I can engage better. Finally, the last element of A, which is you use the articulation in a very simple language. Use word trickery. This speech had the aspect of using the words in a different way. You could have coupled the words with different ways, use alliterations, use triads to create more impact and engagement. Overall, Toastmaster Shilpa, I really loved the way you had structured the speech. There was engagement, the speech was long, and yet you managed to involve the audience, incorporating the few recommendations, which was concluding on a circular loop, involving or pulling the audience in the engagement aspect, and sprinkling humor and the word mastery throughout the speech. I'm sure this would be something to definitely hear again. I wish you all the best. Hope to listen to you once back on the Toastmasters platform. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Akshay. This is the end of our evaluation section. I would like to invite I would like to invite our timer Toastmaster Dev to present the report of timing.
Yes, Toastmaster Sudharma, I will be sharing my report. If the host can give me the rights to screen share. I still didn't got the. Okay, I will speak the
Okay,
timing.
it's okay. Please read the time.
Okay, Toastmaster Monica speak for 9 minutes 13 seconds. Toastmaster Smruti speak for 6 minutes 43 seconds. Toastmaster Upasana speak for 5 minutes 59 seconds. Toastmaster Chitrakshi speak for 7 minutes 29 seconds. Toastmaster Awarjana speak for 7 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Shilpa speak for 19 minutes 22 seconds. And for the evaluator, Toastmaster Vijetha speak for 3 minutes 17 seconds. Toastmaster Gihan speak for 2 minutes 13 seconds. Toastmaster Shaifali speak for 3 minutes 6 seconds. Toastmaster Preeti speak for 3 minutes 29 seconds. Toastmaster Joane speak for 4 minutes 51 seconds. And Toastmaster Akshay, distinguished Toastmaster Akshay speak for 3 minutes 37 seconds. There is only two disqualification on evaluators part, that is Toastmaster Joane and distinguished Toastmaster Akshay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joane, for the timers report. And now, due to the following system errors in Zoom's background, I would like to share the Google form for the following. Please take a minute and give your vote. Within this time, I would like to ask for some feedback from our guest. Toastmaster Shaifali, would you like to give a comment? Feedback?
Sorry, could you repeat that? You want to give me to give feedback on?
Our today's speech marathon. What is your experience and what is your suggestions?
I think it was very well conducted, as it is always. So kudos to all the speakers. And yes, I always look forward to the meetings. So it was a well conducted session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hope to see you in our next speech marathons and meetings also. And I would like to, ask from our guest, Sneha. I think I pronounce it clearly.
Hello, yeah, you pronounced it right. So yeah, I'm Snehal. Currently not a Toastmaster, but would be soon joining back due to some personal reasons. I had taken a break. So after a long time, I have attended a meeting and it was so fantastic. I liked all 6 speeches and even the evaluations were fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed an evening well spent. Thank you.
Thank you, Snehal, and I think I pronounce it clearly. And hope to see you in our next meeting, Saturday and Tuesday, and
Yeah.
also speech marathon on Thursday. Thank you for joining us. Then we have another guest. Okay, he or she has left. Now, Toastmaster Awarjana, what is your feedback? Today, you will hear his speech also.
Yeah, like now don't consider me as a guest, to be honest. Like it's been months I have joining for Gabbys meetings now, and I'm really enjoying it. But this is the first time I'm joining for a speech marathon, and I'm enjoying that as well. And this is really nice. And the evaluations I'm getting, and also in my country, I'm going to contest for the evaluation contest. So the way that the evaluators are giving the evaluations here are little bit different. So honestly, I'm collecting the points as well. Like some creative lines that you all are using, I'll be using those kind of things here.
Okay. Okay, I will let Toastmaster Karthik know that you are a continuous supporting person to Gabbys meeting and you are no longer a guest. Thank you for coming and doing the speech. And now I would like to announce the results of the meeting today. Our best speaker, any guests? Are there any guests regarding our best speaker? No guests? Okay, as usual, Toastmaster Smruti is the best speaker for today's meeting. Congratulations, Toastmaster Smruti, and hope to enjoy your speeches in future meetings also. And our best evaluator, Toastmaster Preeti Jain is the best evaluator, although she is not in the meeting. Congratulations, Toastmaster Preeti. Okay, this is the end of our speech marathon, and I would like to remind you, coming Saturday, we have our next meeting at 10 o'clock, Gabbys Toastmasters Club meeting. Hope to see you in this meeting also, and have a nice day and have a good night. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.